There was a man in ancient Rome who fought his way through blood, sand, and steel. Not once, not twice, but over 30 times. A man who was offered freedom 4 separate times. And every single time, he refused. His name was Flamma, and his story isn't just about survival. It's about something far more dangerous. A man who chose the arena over freedom itself. Let's step into the sand. Who was Flamma? Flamma wasn't born Roman. He was likely Assyrian, captured or enslaved by the empire. Like thousands of others, he was forced into the brutal world of gladiators, a life where survival wasn't guaranteed, even for the best. But Flamma wasn't most. He became something else entirely, a secutor, a heavily armored gladiator built to hunt his enemy, the Gladiator, fast, agile, armed with a net and trident, a matchup designed for spectacle, brute force versus precision, and Flamma excelled in it. His record and what made him different. Most gladiators didn't last long. Many died within a handful of fights. Even skilled fighters rarely survived beyond 10. Flamma fought 34 battles, won 21 times, fought to a draw 9 times, lost only 4 times. But here's where things get interesting. He was awarded the rudis, a wooden sword symbolizing freedom. Not once, not twice, 4 times. And every time, he gave it back. Pause for a second. In a world where slavery meant no rights, freedom meant everything, and the arena meant death, Flamma made a choice most people can't even understand. He stayed. Why would he refuse freedom? We don't have a written diary from Flamma, but history and human nature gives us clues. Gladiators who survived long enough became celebrities. They earned money, fame, and influence. Some even had fans, groupies, sponsorships. Yes, Roman gladiators were closer to modern athletes than slaves by the end of their careers. And Flamma? He was at the top. His name would have been known in the arena. Crowds would chant for him. Every fight, a performance. Freedom might have meant something else entirely. No fame, no purpose, no identity. Because Flamma wasn't just surviving the arena anymore. He belonged to it. There's no full recorded play-by-play of his battles. So let's reconstruct one, based on how these fights actually worked. The crowd roars. 50,000 people packed into the amphitheater. The sun beating down on white stone, sand already stained from earlier fights. Flamma steps forward, helmet polished, shield raised, short sword gripped tight. Across from him, a Gladiator, bare-chested, net coiled in one hand, trident gleaming. Fast versus strong, speed versus endurance. The signal is given. The Gladiator circles immediately, light on his feet, keeping distance. Flamma moves slower, deliberate, calculating. The first attack comes fast, a net throw, wide, aiming to trap. Flamma reacts instantly, shield up, steps into it, not away. The net tangles across his shield, but not his body. He cuts it loose. Now it's close range. The Gladiator lunges with the trident. One strike, deflected. Second strike, barely avoided. Flamma closes the gap, and this is where fights are decided. Heavy shield bash, connects. The Gladiator stumbles. Crowd erupts. Flamma presses forward. Short, brutal strikes. Controlled, efficient. But the Gladiator isn't done. He rolls away, grabs his dagger, and charges in, desperate. Now it's chaos. Steel clashes. Sand kicks into the air. Both men bleeding. Flamma takes a hit to the arm, but he doesn't retreat. He steps in. One final movement. Hooks the shield. Pulls his opponent off balance and drives his blade forward. Silence for a split second. Then the crowd explodes. The Gladiator is down, still alive, but defeated. All eyes turn to the editor, the one who decides life or death. The crowd begins to chant, not for death, for mercy, because great fighters deserved respect. The signal is given. The defeated man lives, and Flamma, he stands again. Victorious. The man who became more than a slave. This is what Flamma built. Not just wins, reputation, respect. A legacy inside a system designed to erase people. He wasn't just surviving anymore. He was choosing. And that choice, again and again, was the arena. Flamma died at around 30 years old, which, for a gladiator, was almost unimaginable. He outlived most fighters. He reached a level few ever touched, and when he died, they didn't forget him. His gravestone told his story, his number of fights, his victories, his draws, his refusals of freedom. It didn't just mark his death, it recorded something else, a man who lived and died by his own code. Why his story still matters. Flamma forces a strange question. What is freedom, really? Is it the absence of chains, or the presence of purpose? Because from the outside, his choice makes no sense. But inside the world he lived in, it might have been the only thing that did. And that's what makes his story powerful. Not just the fights, not just the victories, but the decision, over and over again, to stay. If you enjoy stories like this, where history isn't just facts, but human choices, where the past feels alive again, then subscribe, because there are countless stories like Flamma's, and most people have never heard them. And the next one might be even more unbelievable.